This is the 2019 PR70, that means perfect condition, first day of issue, Apollo 11 half and Native American dollar set at $124.95. I read about that this was coming up in the show. I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, this is a pretty special opportunity right here. So the United States government at the beginning of this year, we did a lot of Apollo 11 stuff. They did a special release for Apollo 11, 50th anniversary. I mean, it was spectacular. They did these coins, and the half dollar, if you see here, if you look at that, is a curved coin as well. So you can see that. That is the faceplate, if you will, of Buzz Aldrin's thing as he's looking on the moon. That's Neil Armstrong, the lunar lander, and the U.S. flag. And there you can see his famous shadow as the sun points that way.
Very cool.
On that. So we're going to have the half dollar. Now, this is our first day of issue. We reserved some of our first day of issue half dollar coins. And so we have the pair that's the half dollar. Now, this is the Native American dollar that's also actually a 50th anniversary Apollo. Because what it does is the Native American dollar has a different reverse every year. And this particular coin brings about and commemorates the Native American contributions to the space program. This is Mary Golda Ross right here, who wrote this very elegant equation down here that I'm led to believe is the equation that's needed. Yeah, the math's a little beyond me.
And you're good at math.
Yeah, well, yeah, but not this good at math. Right. The energy required to leave the atmosphere of the Earth and enter the atmosphere of another planetary body.
And that was a Native American who brought that
Mary Golda Ross right here. And actually,
exciting.
this is James Harrington right here that we're going to see. James Harrington, he is the first Native American to go into space. So that you're going to see right there. And so that's that. So we have the two coins, and they're both certified perfect. I've never done these before, and we saved them. So we had to order. So I've held on to these for months and months and months, these half dollars, to do the two coin set. There's only 586. This is going to be a sellout. Now, here is the key consideration. This is the thing that you need to see. There's been a lot of Apollo things out there.
Right.
A lot of Apollo commemoratives. Of all of those, whether it be the 5-ounce coin, the $5 gold coin, the 5-ounce silver coin, I don't care what it is. The coin that is the single most difficult to grade in proof 70 condition, by far and away, hands down, is this coin right here.
Because it's curved?
It's curved, and with this footprint and the mirror finish on the back, I have not, it is probably one of the single most difficult to grade modern issue coins. You can find proof 69s of this all over the place. What you don't find is proof 70s. This coin by itself at $124.95 is a fantastic opportunity. As a pair and first day of issue as a two-coin set, in both of them being perfect 70, of course 100% exclusive to us here at HSN. We're going to do it in the beautiful custom presentation box that we have right here. So you're basically looking at these pairs at about $99, if you will, based on the fact that you know, the value of the box concerned in here, about $24.95.
I can't believe how limited that is.
Yeah,
580, that's it?
You have to understand, we had literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of these half dollars.
To weed through to get perfect.
586. Like I said, in many batches of these, the grading percentage, which is a big deal. So what the yield is in proof 70 was single digits. So we'd send in 100 sets, and we get 6 or 8 or 9 of the proof 70s. In a really good batch, we might get 15. Traditionally, with a brand new coin with special packaging from the United States Mint, you're going to get 30 or 40% in 70. Sometimes, if you're lucky, 50%. But low single digits make it almost impossible. Now you have, and of course, it's only the second curved coin ever done. The baseball coin was the other one. Absolutely, good job. That's the only other curved coin. So you've got curved coin, you've got Apollo 50th anniversary. You know, kind of the new Apollo movie just came out. And look at this. This is why it's so difficult. I want to see. If you look right there, you always want to see what it looks like backstage. Right there it is. That's all our cameras. And that's why they're so difficult to grade. That incredible mirror finish that you see right there.
Yeah, because it's got to be perfect.
It's got to be perfect. There's a screen that we're looking at right there. You're looking at the coin back into itself there. I mean, you must see 100 of them. You know, back and forth. Cool. Isn't that cool? That's how difficult this coin is, and why it's so substantially difficult to get in proof 70 condition. Now, you have to understand first day of issue, which is even more important now that we're 3 or 4 or 5 months past the first day of issue.
Right.
Okay? So now we're 3 or 4 or 5 months beyond the first day of issue, and we have saved these coins. We reserved these coins all this time. They've been literally sitting at Annex. That's what we do. We have coins so that we can have first day issue eligible, where we have early release eligible, whatever it is. So these coins, we literally have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of coins sitting at the grading company so that they're within their control, so that they know that they can put that coveted first day of issue on there, the coveted early release, the coveted all of those things that we're going to have. So truly spectacular opportunity for you to do that. And there you're going to have, and you're going to get the commemorative Native American dollar Apollo, along with the Apollo $half in proof. It's interesting. I think they had a mintage limit on this. These coins to date, I don't even think they've sold, there's 100,000 of these things that are out there total. And the reason is they're impossible to grade. So what you're buying is conditional rarity here. What you're buying here is the fact that it's perfect. And in this coin, and in most modern issue coins, there's a nice premium for perfect coins. In this coin, there's an extreme premium for perfect coins.
Because it's so difficult to get there.
So difficult to get with that. I mean, you can easily spend $124.95 just for that coin out there, because it is so hard to get in any of the major grading companies. So an extraordinarily difficult coin for you to get, and that's the issue. And that's why I only have 586. In many of our Apollo 11 first day of issues that we had, I mean, you know, we had, I think this coin was almost $124 when we originally put it out as a single coin. These are my final things. I held them back and I added in the Native American dollar set, which is absolutely and truly spectacular. And this is the last of my first day issues. I don't have any more 5 ounces. I don't have any more golds. I don't have any more of the silver dollars or any of that. But of all of those coins, the silver dollars, the gold coins, the 5-ounce coins, you name them, the enhanced uncirculated, enhanced reverse proof Kennedy $half. This by far the most difficult coin to get in perfect condition. And in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what?
Condition.
Condition, right? The higher the grade, the more it's worth. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And this coin is absolutely positively perfect. So only 586 of these. So we're going to count these down, because once that's sold out, and of course 100% exclusive to us, you can't get this particular set anywhere else except from us. I love the footprint, the moon footprint exclusive label, plus first day of issue annex. Any first day of issue annex is exclusive to HSN. So guaranteed lowest pricing. So you can't get any lower pricing than that. And like I said, once that 586 is gone, that's it. It's done, gone, and over, never to be made available again.
And by the way, the difference between a 69 and 70 isn't like a teeny bit. It's a huge amount. 70 is perfect, the best you can get. But when every number you go down in grading, the difference between a 70 and a 69 and a 69 and a 68 is huge. It's not like a little bitty step. It's a big, big step. Speaking about steps on the moon, it's that kind of a step, right?
Yes, it's that important. It's that crucial. It's that critical. It's a huge deal to be able to be able to get this, and to get it in perfect condition. That is 100%. That's the basis of this coin and its rarity and collectability. Because you have to understand, the grading alone is $60, and then the coins are going to be another $60. So I mean, you know, if you were to get each one of these coins and had them in to be certified, you could maybe do it for $125. If you got lucky and had the 1 out of 10 of these, or the 1 out of 15 of these that were perfect proof 70. And then of course you'd have to still buy this. So that's what makes this so amazing. So you get these absolutely perfect coins, and unfortunately you just can't do these or have these coins made. And by made, I mean, you know, put into certification. So absolutely stunning opportunity for you.
Brand new, by the way, 673-234. And I think a perfect time for you to be jumping into getting a coin.